Well, people, since I think I got one of my other channels is locked down right now. 1 out of 5 is locked down. The one that's locked down right now, folks, is makes, let's see, 4 of my channels that are 5 months old, or maybe less, or 7 months old or less. Most of them are 5 months or less. But these channels, because of what I say, are already only one more complaint away from being shut down. Now, and that's all right. They're going to do it. But I will still, I don't know. I can't keep up with 5 channels. I thought I could, but I can't. I've got a channel that's called Boardman Township. You can't see the whole thing. Boardman Township, Ohio. That channel has everything to do with what this town did to me. But it's time for me to walk away from that. I'm not going to shut it down. I'm just going to walk away from it. I'm going to leave those stories up, and if somewhere in the future I want to add something, I will. But what I've got up there is enough. If people, all I'm doing is warning them about the people that are in power at the time that these things happen. If these people want to take that information and fix it, that's great. Doesn't that's great with me. I hope that's what happens. If they all just ignore it, well, when the shit gets worse, they'll have something to fall back on and say, well, this guy tried to tell us. He tried to tell us and we didn't listen. And maybe even in the process of what happened to me, and the people that work in the courtroom, the police department, the sheriff's department, all these people that saw me and how I acted when I went into court, I kept everything. I was never held in contempt or anything. Yeah, they didn't like my questions, but they still had to answer them, so I was following the rules. And these people around here, they know this. The people that know what happened to me, they know what happened to me. I don't even have to talk about that anymore. But I will, because it's something major that's happened to me in this same time frame that both my parents died in the last year. There was a lot of shit that happened to me in this last, right now, 10 months. And but this video I want to talk about, if not for this, what I'm going to call it, the stiflization of technology, the things they are forcing on us today would have happened probably by the time Back to the Future depicted it. But they weren't going to allow that. They couldn't have, they couldn't have this electrical stuff going on back in the 80s, 90s, 2000. Oh, no, we couldn't have that shit going on back then. Why? Because that would have affected the oil companies, the car companies. It would have cost them too much money to switch over. So they got a chance for all this time. They told us, folks, when I was a kid, by the year 2000, we would have everything in Back to the Future would have already had flying cars, all this shit, folks. Come on. None of that shit happened. None of it. We don't have no damn flying cars today. And it's 2021. Folks, this is what I'm doing this video on. Now, stifle, if you look it up, it just means to cut off, hold back, or smother. I mean, stifling would just be if somebody's talking about something you don't want to talk about and you just interrupt them and shut them down and ask something else and try and change the subject. That's stifling somebody. Now, what I'm talking about is the stiflization of technology. It started at the beginning of the 19th century. Or not the beginning, but it started in the 19th century. I'm sorry. Folks, I was wrong about that, and I admit it, because I'm talking about the stifling of Tesla. It started in, he was, I think he lived somewhere from it was like 1980s or something until, or no, 1880s to 1940s or something like that, folks. I don't know the dates for sure. But they started stifling technology in the 19th century, and I'm talking about the stifling of Tesla. This man, just to start off with, he was an electrical and a mechanical engineer. Okay, folks? I mean, that was what he was trained in. Let's put it like this. Somebody asked Einstein one time, a reporter asked Einstein, what does it feel like to be the smartest man on Earth? And Einstein answered, I don't know, you need to go ask Tesla. That ought to tell you something, folks, right there. But he was an electrical engineer and a mechanical engineer. This man, with what he was doing, was going to set up free power for all. Free energy, folks, that is in the air around you all the time. Because you cannot destroy energy. You burn wood, it goes from one energy to another energy. You cannot destroy energy. Tesla knew this. I think it's those Tesla coils or whatever. Oh, they claimed it was too dangerous to have that. And now today they claim, oh, it's too dangerous to use fuel. It's too dangerous to do anything that they're not making trillions of dollars off of. That's what it's dangerous for them, not us. But it could have been free power for everybody. And I'm not talking about free power for your house. What Tesla was doing would have powered our houses, our cars, our buses, our trucks, our semis, our trains, our planes, our everything, folks. Free. Couldn't have that. not with the oil and coal industries and these people that were setting up the dams. And we couldn't have that shit. No. Get rid of that shit. That's going to hurt us. They're forcing these electric cars on us, folks. Electric cars. Forcing them on us. Now, Tesla built an electric car when he was alive. Did 90 miles an hour. How long has it taken these clowns to come up with a car to beat 90 miles an hour? Tesla, they stole the... Why do you think Elon Musk uses Tesla on his cars? He didn't invent this shit. Come on, folks. Tesla was also known for the alternating current electrical system. Oh, that's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. Yeah. He was also known for high voltage, high frequency power experiments. High voltage, high frequency power experiments. Maybe our government wasn't the ones that came up with that shit. Let me ask you this something, folks. Why do you think when Tesla died, the government moved in, took control of all of his inventions, his paperwork, everything? And what do we have today? Now, I want to remind you what it said. He did high voltage, high frequency power experiments. What do you think 5G is? Folks, they stopped all technology that would help mankind in order to destroy men. Not mankind, but to destroy the population. And they did this and told you it was for the spread of democracy. It was for your rights, your freedoms, everything you enjoy in America. If you don't build this war machine, you will lose it all. So, in America, they stopped they put all the men, they drafted all the men into war, fighting. They stopped all the manufacturing. Anybody who manufactured anything that could be manufacturing weapons, bullets, tanks, whatever, they stopped doing what they were doing and started making military weapons. Like I said, folks, the USA became the war machine. Where does that come from? Any of you ever heard of the war machine before? He had a mustache that looked about like that right there. The USA became everything Even the people that made toys started making bombs or whatever. The war effort, folks. Your country became the spreader of democracy and the war machine that it took to do it. All civilian ownership of gold and silver was outlawed. If you had any gold and silver, you had to turn it in or you was a criminal, folks. Shit. You turned it all in. They gave it to the Federal Reserve. You don't even know it. When they pass that law, you got to ask yourself, did they ever end that law? Did they ever end that law, folks? Who knows? Maybe it's a law they put on the back burner for a little while. Still in place, because I ain't never heard them taking down any damn laws. They just keep adding to it. So, maybe one day we're going to find out, oh, you own gold and silver coins, or you own gold and silver bars, or we hate to tell you, but we passed a law a long time ago. Are you a citizen of the United States? You are? It was illegal for you to have gold and silver. Why would they do that? So you can maybe never have any real currency to buy anything with, so you could never really own anything? Do you think that might be it? Well, hell no, that couldn't be it. You people, when I went to college, I started off in computer repair and networking. One of the first things I learned in that was the World Wide Web that we all use was so hackable and so uncontrollable that the military, which are the ones that built it, decided it was too unsafe for them to use. So they turned it all over to you, the civilians, to use across the world. If you guys don't think it's shit, that you have been so set up for everything, you guys are, this is as dumb as you guys walking into a casino and think you're going to walk out a winner. The entire United States today is a joke. Horse and pony show. It is a false flag. The USA, all capital letters, is a false flag. You heard it first from Watachi. I bet you don't have the balls to repeat it. Men in this country. Men. You guys have a good one out there. I had fun today. I spent half of it with my granddaughter. Couldn't ask for a better day. You guys have a good one out there. Till the next one. God loves you. So do I. But if you ain't found Jesus, you don't even know where the exit is. Good luck with that, folks.